The intellectuals are becoming scarier by the hour because not only do we have on YouTube the most feared metaphysician to debate on social media, we also have a person on Twitter whose intelligence is feared, studying every single day to become the most ascended intellectual. By the way, if you're trying to make this intellectual lose, don't forget that God is watching. Hey everyone, Noble Xenon here, and welcome to some more I Am Very Smart Intellectuals. Let's get started. So, that fearsome intellectual is pretending to be a millionaire on Twitter while worshipping Andrew Tate and Islam, telling everyone how smart and rich he is every 5 minutes. He even pretends to be a hacker, adding up with his profile banner. Now I'm confused because I thought the dude had a Christian cross in the bio. Maybe my brain is just too small to understand. I've felt very lonely for a long time. I even broke up with someone because they were not at my level. They were about average or a little above average intelligence. I'm my day-to-day life. The biggest difference I feel being smarter is that I marvel at the way my coworkers go through life. Yes, It is fascinating to me how they handle regular work and live. This all sounds really bad, lol. Some might say it sounds horrendous. 20 here. Only heard about the Beast guy, but never seen a video of him. I guess it's because I see YouTube as a studying source and not for entertainment. You see, in my eyes, he is irrelevant because he's just not intellectually stimulating enough. And Glad Lad Vlad says, then you look at his history and it's all surface-level pop science about quantum physics or something. It's always quantum physics with these people, huh? Am I wrong for being way too interested in gaining as much knowledge as possible? I love learning. I love it. I can't seem to acquire enough objective knowledge free from bias. Understanding the historical/spiritual origins and scientific formulas that make our world the way it is makes me feel closer to myself, if that makes sense. Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with learning more about the world. It only becomes a problem when you start to brag about your intelligence or start to think that everyone else is stupid. But lately, in my passionate pursuit of wisdom, I'm starting to become super aware of some very disturbing truths about reality. I will not elaborate on that as it is not relevant to my question. I'm not scared to think about ideas that are morbidly nihilistic or thrillingly divine, but I'm just starting to wonder if I would be better off just relaxing like everyone else and letting this mysterious life pass by without thinking too much about it. I enjoy being educated, but sometimes I get very jealous when I see people easily chilling out in a lawn chair with a mint mojito, not giving a single flying F about the origins of the universe. Should I force myself to try and ease up on the research, or should I just keep doing what I'm doing because relaxing is relative? All respectful comments are appreciated and encouraged. The burden of being too smart for this world. But seriously, taking a break sometimes is actually good for you. It might even help you with your research because you're going in with a refreshed mind. This next one is just far too smart for Taylor Swift songs. I'll start off with saying I voted blue since I was old enough to vote. Now, I'll say that the reason I don't listen to Taylor Swift is because of song complexity. I've ran several of Taylor's songs through the Flesh Kincaid grading system and found that the majority of them reach the 4th grade reading level. Shake It Off in style, clock in at 1st grade. Just absolutely mind-numbing. Her music just isn't complex enough for me to actually get into it. I only listen to music with the highest complexity of lyrics. And I hate agriculture. Dude, what do you have against agriculture? Says, I only listen to music where the singer repeats the word anti-disestablishmentarianism over and over. It's the only genre sophisticated enough for the likes of me. And continuing on the topic of Taylor Swift, this other Redditor says, she isn't very hot to me. Guess I've just got what you could call high standards. Me thinks it has something with my IQ, which is genius level. Sorry, but I'm just not impressed by the same stuff as most guys. I don't have the time or the crayons to explain it to you. Please tell me this one is satire. Please. And now presenting a PhD grad so smart, so intelligent, he can predict a person's horoscope with just a little chat. Well, it is the first time I've seen an intellectual brag about this, I'll give him that. Yesterday, I was called for an interview with one of the top telcos in Malaysia. Note, I did not apply, I was headhunted. So, for the knowledge of knowing what they're looking for, I participated, and to my surprise, the first question they asked me was my age. I'm in my late 30s, by the way, still young and energetic. I am a very quick and analytical person, and I can judge any hiring managers or bosses by talking to them, part and parcel of being a consultant for the longest time. In fact, I can guess a person's horoscope just from initiating a conversation with them. Maybe I meet just too many person in my life working online. Back to the issue, why they are looking for higher management at my age? They were telling me that I'm in the best age for this position. Reading between the lines, they thought I'm cheap to hire, but when they know my experiences, they were undermined and pulled the handbrake. I'm not someone they can play with. Oh, Malaysia, your bullying culture speaks through your hiring managers even. I still prefer hiring companies more because their KPI is higher salary. And so, the morale, not the moral, here is go to hiring companies and score the interview. Internal hiring process is crap. Well, people on Quora find new ways to brag every single day, it seems. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? As we head back to Reddit for this individual who says the target audience for this game isn't really gamers. I read novels for entertainment, and this game resonated with me. I can imagine why others wouldn't enjoy it. It's a thinky game, not a blasty game. This person is acting as if reading novels for fun is something very few people do. As if it's something extremely unique only those with an IQ over 250 can do. And now we go to the YouTube comments section. I wouldn't have the time and effort to do it. Plus, if I wanted to, I'd just make a 3D model of that and post it anyways. Think smarter, not harder. Well, that's why it's so impressive to me. And like I've said, it's easy. If you have any Minecraft coding know-how, spelled N-O, then it's a piece of pie. Hell, they've been doing it for years. It's only impressive because you dumb yourself down for it. Because I guess being impressed by things makes you dumb? I don't get what your logic is here. And now remember, they doubted Jesus Christ too. Football Twitter is filled with a lot of unoriginal thoughts. People are scared to tweet the reality. They follow the bandwagon. Meanwhile, I consider myself an enigma. Dude struggles to understand himself, apparently. I do not tweet to please. I tweet what I think is the truth. I do not care if people think I am insane, yet most of the time I am right. Do not forget, they also doubted Jesus. If I'm wrong, I take it as a learning experience and just expand my knowledge. Mistakes are normal. The very few times I do make mistakes. Watch out, this person's thoughts are 100% original. Not a soul have come up with these thoughts before. And this next one was on a reel about Einstein. Einstein disproving Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Skull emoji. Skull emoji, what? I'm a 14-year-old boy, but I understood it in the first go. Is it normal? No, brother, it is not normal. Welcome to the club. The club of the highest IQs on Earth. We meet tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. sharp, don't forget it. And now we have a Redditor who thinks he's a modern Galileo on a post of a satire of flat earthers. Here we go again. I was 9 years old when I noticed how the shadow of the bird feeder moves and stretches through the day and gets shorter in the summer. At that point, I was able to visualize the functioning mechanics behind the changing shadows using logic and reason, of course, and realize that the Earth is a sphere. Oh, thank goodness, at least this person is not a flat earther. That was before I read or knew anything about geometry. Once I learned about basic geometry, I could confirm mathematically what I'd figured out watching the shadow of the bird feeder. Point is, literally anyone can observe and understand that we live on a sphere without any kind of tools or calculators or anything complex. All it takes is functional eyes and the brain power of a chimpanzee. Yet today, People vomiting the flat earth shit have successfully blown me away with their collective stupidity, which is on a level matched by none outside of the gender is an idea / pronouns define us / carbon dioxide is destroying earth morons. I have never seen people so belligerently ignorant. All the groups I mentioned absolutely refuse to accept universally observable facts, ignore logic and reasoning, and are too intellectually lazy to bother digging into literally anything they talk about or do. I also realize that a lot of these people trust politicians and global corporations, and simply cannot grasp abstract concepts. Therefore, debating a tack hammer would be more productive. Point is, people are stupid as hell, and somehow getting even dumber. This country's future looks dark and grim. Very dark. This person seems to be quite selective in the science they believe in. Also, you would think that someone would have taught them the Earth was round before 9 years old? Now we go to Twitter. On the contrary, looking at the night sky and recalling the scale of things gives me a sense of wonder and humility, not dread. If that's coping, I don't mind. And the intellectual replies, sense of wonder? You mean pagan awe? I don't feel any humility at the sky. I know more than Apollo. Hey Quora, how can you identify intelligent people? Well, I can spot it by their speech. We have a particular type of thinking. For example, when someone mentions an apple tree, the intelligent one can come up almost immediately with the wormhole, or curvature of the space-time. WTF? How? Why? Well, apple tree, apple, worm, wormhole, curvature of the space-time. Just very simple associations for us intelligent folk. And the ordinary person can't see what is going on. We were talking about the orchard, so where does the space shit come out? Some people really think talking about space will automatically make them super intelligent. Sure, just make every conversation about the space-time continuum. Anyway, we usually have better memory than others. To normal people, it can look similar to the walking encyclopedia, but not necessarily from one field, but a little bit of every role. And in my case, it often bubbles up to my mouth unexpectedly. As a bonus, the intelligent one can have trouble falling asleep. Our brain is still at work and it's hard to calm down. Or, when you ask a very intelligent child what is on the picture, the child will often halt. For example, in the picture is the apple, and the child's brain starts to work. What should I say? Is it apple or fruit? Or is it a test and I should answer paper or picture or maybe food? Object? Or is it not any fruit at all and I'm looking at some Rorschach test? Or how this person spelled it, Rorschach. In the end, the apple was drawn really horribly. Alas, this type of thinking often ends with a child is stupid because the answer takes so long. Also, our vocabulary is very often scholarly, but that is not really different in comparison with some educated people, because engineers, doctors, and others don't necessarily have IQs above 120. In my opinion, if an intelligent person doesn't know that he or she is really intelligent, that person can have problems in life as well. In a header thoughts, why am I so different? Why do I have a problem establishing some good connections with people? And sometimes can happen that a very intelligent person can have a good vibe with people who have IQs far below average, like around 80 or so. Possibly, it is because both of us are on the far end of the intelligence spectrum. In the end, I always spot the intelligent ones only by their speech. If you like it, check my other answers as well, such as my answer to what can I learn or know right now in 10 minutes that will be useful for the rest of my life. Now I want to know what life knowledge this person may have. And I am 38 and I have not achieved much in life. Is it too late? Well, I'd say it's never too late, but who knows what answer this so-called intellectual may have. Only people on Quora feel the need to advertise their other comments. Please, read more of my highly intellectual answers. And now we may have found the next Nostradamus over here. I left graduate school, but 20 years later, all of my predictions came true, but people just misinterpret them. They're just not intelligent enough, I fear. By the way, the comment in question is under a video in which neuroscientists are interviewed about their stances on the relation between the brain and the mind. This video features 4 professionals plus the interviewer, who are clearly worth their salt. They introduce roughly 3 different stances, so actually smart people, versus this r/IAmVerySmart individual who apparently knew all the stuff 20 years ago. Let's get to the comment itself. The most frustrating thing is that I have the answer to this, and I have experimental evidence, and most importantly I have formulated a couple of new universal laws, which can predict and be tested, which explain a lot more things than I ever intended, like why there's a problem with relativistic explanation versus quantum. The most important thing is that it fits with everything. Literally, once you see it, you will see. Everyone says that they have the answers or that we will never find the answers, but I actually know. Except I left graduate school because no one was working on what I wanted to work on in the world at that time, and I couldn't even get papers published because of no research being done. That was 20 years ago. Every single prediction that I made came true. Every single one. Not one was wrong. The research is being done that I suggested, but they're misinterpreting it because they don't see the big patterns. I'm currently working on a book about it, and about the milking of grant money by professional people who form harvesting networks and kick anyone out who doesn't fit in. Well, the book itself doesn't mention any of that crap. I don't dwell on it. I've been turned down for grants by people who say they're looking for what I have found, having never heard my ideas and never responded to my request to give me an hour and a blackboard. That's just my pain. But it put me here now, and I am going to do what I need to do because I have to. This stuff is about the future of human lives, not your careers. If more people perished rather than publishing so frantically and competitively like dogs snarling over food, we might actually be better off. But unaware people, self-deceived, slowly destroying everything is still destruction even if bombs never go off. So yeah, I apologize for speaking ill about what they have to do. This is life. I'm still grateful and I will never give up. Whatever the heights I reach in my mind, I still have a bucking bronco human mind in there. It's slightly wild and free sometimes. Thanks for listening, it helps. Sorry, just feeling it tonight because I'm forced to live in my car, and I have a headache. People actually stopped being competitive and came together over the pandemic all around the world. The collaboration advanced genetic technology in ways that will eventually solve the problems with antibiotics becoming ineffective. I see a whole new way of doing medicine as a result. So yeah, cooperating for some higher goal by the world. Those are the dreams I dream, and I will do what I do regardless. Suffering is nothing compared to dreams. I know what I love. I know what this is worth. And now a poem into the internet void, maybe never to be heard, but I will never cease in speaking my truth. Well, good news, it will be heard by thousands here on this very channel. So here goes. I am the woman in childbirth, the man of war. I am the gazelle and the lion. I have the iron of the dying sons of the past in my veins. I am a cosmic thing, an eye of the divine riding a biological symbol constructed of cells. I will not stop. I will never give up. I am you. Truly, the epitome of YouTube comment poetry. And with that, I must depart. Thank you. So, I'd like to thank all of my channel members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Jade Demby, Catalin Cormendi, Mike Hawk, Hold Up, Nightcrawler, Stormcloud the Wolf, VicMeister1999, and Zoe Horsham. You can join in the link below, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and comment what's on your mind.